Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital prediction: Elizabeth and Lucky reunion, coming soon. General Hospital predictions believe Elizabeth Weber and Lucky Spencer may soon rekindle their epic romance after many years apart. However, that doesn't mean it will be without its challenges on the ABC daytime drama. Recently, on General Hospital, Lucky Spencer was unsure if he was going to stay in Port Charles or not. Then, he learned Elizabeth Weber was being investigated at GH for the shocking death of Sam McCall. He decided to remain in town until it was all sorted out in case Elizabeth needed his help. Then, things only got worse for Liz when Dex Heller and another patient died the same way, a digitalis overdose. Now, she's officially on suspension because she is the head nurse at General Hospital and was on duty at the time of all three deaths. Indeed, Lucky won't rest until they clear her name. Of course, viewers know Cyrus Renault is the one running around killing General Hospital patients, but so far, Elizabeth is the #1 person of interest. However, things could be looking up for her. Recently, Michael Corinthos was also given a lethal dose of digitalis. Of course, Elizabeth was not at the hospital because she was on suspension, so this could very well be the thing that proves her innocence. While Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, is sticking around to help Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, it's clear that she still has a hold on his heart. Even before he came home, while he was still in Africa, it was obvious he still thinks the world of her. He even envisioned her when he was fighting for his life. Now that Lucky's back, their epic chemistry is still there, and there are clearly feelings on both sides. Recently, he even sang the song he wrote for her decades ago titled, Elizabeth. Surely, it looks like the General Hospital writers are gearing up for a romantic reunion for them. However, there may be some bumps along the way on the road to their rekindled love. One person who may possibly stand in the way of Elizabeth's reunion with Lucky is her ex-husband, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst. Not long ago, she made it clear that a reunion is not in the cards for them. Plus, he still drives her nuts. However, they're spending more time together now that he is representing her during the General Hospital investigation. Of course, it's highly unlikely Liz will give Rick another chance, but if he pushes for it, that could be what forces Lucky to admit to her that he still loves her and wants to try again. No doubt, fans would be ecstatic for a Lucky/Liz reunion. Perhaps that's the showrunner's endgame and the reason for Lucky Spencer's return. GH will keep you on the edge of your seat. Tune in daily to see if Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Weber give their love another try. General Hospital prediction: Elizabeth and Lucky reunion coming soon. Fans of General Hospital have long been invested in the turbulent and emotional saga of Elizabeth Weber and Lucky Spencer. From the early days of their relationship to the rocky paths they've both walked individually, their story has always been one full of passion, heartbreak, and redemption. In recent years, the possibility of a reunion has seemed unlikely, as Elizabeth has navigated her way through complicated relationships and personal growth, while Lucky has struggled with his own demons. However, as the tides of drama continue to shift in Port Charles, the signs are pointing toward the long-awaited return of this beloved couple. Could Elizabeth and Lucky be headed for a reunion soon? Let's dive into the potential storyline that could bring these two back together. 1. The call of family and legacy. One of the most enduring elements of Elizabeth and Lucky's relationship has been their deep connection to family. Elizabeth, with her complex family history, has always been tied to the Spencer clan in a way that transcends just romance. Lucky, too, has always been entwined with his family's legacy, even if his struggles with addiction and personal demons have sometimes distanced him from that legacy. In recent months, we've seen both Elizabeth and Lucky trying to come to terms with their pasts. Elizabeth dealing with her complicated relationship with her children's fathers, and Lucky wrestling with the guilt of his earlier mistakes. What could bring these two back together is the very thing that once tore them apart: family. Elizabeth, as a devoted mother, has often made decisions with her children's well-being at the forefront, and Lucky, having been a father to Elizabeth's children at one point, may find himself reconnecting with her when the family dynamic is brought into focus once again. In a time of crisis, or perhaps a celebratory event, such as a Spencer family gathering, their shared history and devotion to their children could spark a nostalgia. General Hospital is no stranger to nostalgia, bringing back old flames and revisiting past relationships for emotional impact. For longtime viewers, Elizabeth and Lucky's love story represents one of the most iconic couples in the show's history. The depth of their connection, from their first meeting to the birth of their son, Cameron, has always resonated with fans. As Lucky returns to Port Charles, perhaps following a personal journey of healing and growth, the writers may seize the opportunity to highlight the beautiful moments of their past together. Nostalgia can be a powerful motivator in rekindling old flames, and it wouldn't be surprising if Elizabeth finds herself reminiscing about the good times she shared with Lucky. This emotional pull could be enough to make her reconsider her current relationships and, ultimately, her future with Lucky. Moreover, Elizabeth is at a crossroads in her life. She's spent much of her adult life prioritizing others, especially her children, and navigating tumultuous relationships with men like Jason, Rick, and Nicholas. Perhaps now, as she has had time to reflect, Elizabeth could start to realize that the person she was happiest with, the person who knew her at her most vulnerable, was Lucky. The shared history and the possibility of rebuilding something beautiful could be too compelling to ignore. 3. Lucky's redemption arc. Lucky Spencer's journey over the years has been marked by great personal struggles, addiction, guilt, and a tendency to sabotage his own happiness. For many years, his relationship with Elizabeth faltered because of his inability to deal with his inner demons, which ultimately led to the breakdown of their marriage. But now, Lucky appears to be a changed man. Perhaps his time away from Port Charles has allowed him to confront his issues, whether they be addiction, trauma, or the guilt of his past mistakes. A classic soap opera redemption arc could be in the works for Lucky, where he returns to Port Charles as a more mature, self-aware, and emotionally stable man. His first instinct could be to reconnect with Elizabeth, not only to seek forgiveness, but to prove that he has evolved into someone worthy of her love once again. This time, he could be prepared to face the challenges of parenthood with Elizabeth in a way that he never could before. For Elizabeth, witnessing this transformation could open her heart to the possibility of rekindling their romance. After all, the foundation of their relationship was built on mutual respect, love, and shared goals, and those core values could remain intact even after the years that have passed. 4. Elizabeth's current relationship struggles. As of now, Elizabeth is in a relationship with Nicholas Cassadine. While there are moments of passion and genuine affection between them, it's clear that their connection has been strained by the dark secrets surrounding Nicholas, as well as the manipulative tendencies of his family. Elizabeth has always sought stability and security in her relationships, especially for the sake of her children, and Nicholas's ongoing drama could become the catalyst for her to reevaluate her choices. A confrontation or a moment of clarity could make Elizabeth realize that the person who has always had her best interests at heart, despite their past struggles, is Lucky. She could see in him the man she once trusted completely, and his return could prompt her to question whether she's truly been happy in her current relationship. While it's not uncommon for characters to experience doubts and reassess their relationships in soap operas, Elizabeth's deep history with Lucky offers her a chance for redemption and healing that she may not find with anyone else. 5. The chemistry that never faded. No matter how much time has passed, or what romantic entanglements Elizabeth or Lucky have had since their breakup, there is an undeniable chemistry between them. The electricity between these two characters is something that fans have never truly forgotten. It's the kind of connection that lingers, even in the background of their lives, waiting for the right moment to reignite. As viewers, we've seen Elizabeth and Lucky share tender moments of friendship and understanding over the years, whether they've been supporting each other through personal hardships or working together as co-parents for their son Cameron. In these moments, the chemistry between them is undeniable. There's still a spark there that neither time nor distance has been able to return to Port Charles. We could expect to see that chemistry flare up again. Perhaps it begins with small moments, glances across the room at a family gathering, or quiet conversations in the hospital halls. But slowly, those moments could build into something more powerful, a renewed romance that reminds both of them of the love they once shared, and the love that is still very much alive between them. 6. What fans can expect. While nothing is ever certain in the world of soap operas, the possibility of an Elizabeth and Lucky reunion is definitely tantalizing. It's clear that both characters have evolved since their initial romance, and the writers seem to be setting the stage for some significant changes in their lives. Lucky's return to Port Charles, paired with Elizabeth's ongoing search for emotional fulfillment and stability, creates the perfect environment for the two to rediscover each other and possibly reignite their love. For fans who have longed for a reunion between these two beloved characters, it seems that their time may finally be coming. The power of family, the pull of nostalgia, and the potential for personal growth all align to suggest that Elizabeth and Lucky's journey is far from over. In fact, their story may just be beginning anew, with the promise of a reunion that could bring both healing and hope to their lives. Stay tuned, because the reunion you've been waiting for may just be around the corner. Pardon.